My name is Jonathan Jones. It's my pleasure and privilege to be your host and moderator today. Our topic for today is the fact that this month has been declared National Cancer Prevention Month. That's our official discussion. We have a special guest, Dr. Kedar Prasad, that will be joining us. And we're going to hear from him, especially about the cancer prevention component. We're excited about that. We're excited about passing this information on and sharing it with you today. Before we get started, though, just be aware that the FDA has not evaluated these statements. For those of you who have been here many, many times, you know that at the beginning of all of our meetings, we pass on this disclaimer. But for the benefit of those that may be joining us for the first time, and we believe that there's quite a few that are here for the first time, we by law have to say this because we can't give you the impression that any of these supplements will treat or cure disease. So the government requires that, because only the government can declare a nutritional supplement to be a treatment or a cure for disease. So that's why we go through this statement. But testimonials are anecdotal, and you will hear some. Results are atypical. What that means is that what happens to one person may or may not happen to you. Neither the Healthcare Support Association of America, Engage Global, Dr. Prasad, Jonathan Jones, Jeff Ashby, nor any of the authorized representatives are making claims that any supplements that we recommend will treat or cure any disease state. This presentation is for information and educational purposes solamente only. It is not intended to be a substitute for a visit to your doctor. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. Now, again, we're required to tell you that to make sure that we don't mislead you. And we're not trying to mislead that. But now, mind you, I've said it before, just because I can't say it doesn't mean it don't do it. So just keep that in mind as you listen to the facts. And we're presenting facts now. This is not conjecture. Some of it may be hypothesis because Dr. Prasad is a scientist and he can hypothesize, and he has done that. And time again, his hypotheses have proved true. And we'll tell you about a couple of those in just a minute. But as far as cancer is concerned, that's our primary subject matter today. Is cancer. Let's talk about some of the facts. Over 2 million new cancer cases are expected to be diagnosed in the United States this year. 2 million that would be diagnosed. Now, we don't often think about the gravity of the numbers. We don't. We just see it on a paper and it really doesn't mean anything. But start thinking about the kind of numbers that we're talking about. Of the 2 million people that will be diagnosed, well, no, it's not even of the 2 million people that will be diagnosed. Those are just new cases that will be diagnosed this year. In addition to that bad news, it's projected that 618,120 people are going to die from cancer in the year 2025. And the number there is about 1,700 deaths per day. Now, if you think back to where you were on 9/11, almost everybody remembers where they were. I remember exactly where I was. I was doing some volunteer work very early in the morning, and I was sitting in my car parked in front of a 7-Eleven. And I'm not sure if I was going to get some coffee or what, but I remember exactly where I was. And my friend, we were doing the volunteer work together, came running to the car and said, we're under attack. The World Trade Center has been hit by an airplane. And I said, stop playing around. It was vivid in my mind because just 2 months before that, I had been to the World Trade Center. And in fact, we had breakfast in a restaurant there called Windows on Top of the World. I think it was 107th floor. And that's exactly where one of the airplanes went in, turns out, right in on that floor. So it made an impact on me. Now, I'm saying all that not because of, terrorism and 9/11 and all that kind of stuff. But the point is, that day, was it somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 people died that day? And almost everybody remembers where they were. Yesterday, take and combine yesterday and today, and just about as many people died in the past 2 days that died on 9/11. Where were you when the 3,500th person died today? No idea, right? No one knows. No one knows because it's become routine. We are just accepting the fact that 1,700 people die every day. That's a 9/11 every other day. And it doesn't even make the news. No one's even talking about it. It's just mind boggling, right? But that's why we're having this discussion today. You don't have to be part of the statistic. The people you care about don't have to be part of the statistic. A little more statistics here. One more. No, I got a couple more statistics before we start talking about the good news. Because you need to know this. The number one type of cancer in women is breast cancer, followed by lung and bronchial cancer, followed by colorectal cancer. In men, it's a little bit different. The number one form of cancer in men is prostate cancer. But here's where the numbers go into alignment. It's the same for men and for women, the number two and the number three, exactly the same. The only difference in the top three types of cancer that human beings die from is for women, the majority get breast cancer, and for men, the number one is prostate cancer. And it's become a routine. According to the CDC, it's still the second leading cause of death in this country. And I still remember, as a kid, seeing all kinds of campaigns where they were doing fundraisers for cancer, fighting cancer. I still remember, we all have heard of places like Sloan Kettering. They do breast cancer marches. They do breast cancer walks. They do. I don't know if they're doing telethons and all that, but everybody's always raising money for cancer research. This country, at least up until this year, was sponsoring cancer research by the billions of dollars, and still is the number two leading cause of death. Does that make you scratch your head a little bit and you just wonder how and why? I do. I wonder how and I wonder why. And in the past couple of years, the expression turbo cancer has been coined. Scientists refer to turbo cancer because they've observed that for some reason, they can look at cancer now in a person, and this is what surgeons and oncologists are saying, that they're diagnosing it for the first time. It's presenting in stage 4, and they're not accustomed to that. There was a time when cancer would be observed, and it would take a long time before it would manifest. In fact, Dr. Prasad even explained to us that it could be 10 to 20 years from the time that a cancer initiating element came in contact with a tumor promoting agent. When those two came together, it could still be 10 to 20 years before the cancer would fully develop. But now it's happening in months, they say. They call that turbo cancer. So something is going on, and cancer is something that everybody needs to take serious note of. These are the top 10 cancers in the country. Look at the top 4. Look at the top 4. It's the exact same figures we just spoke about a minute ago. Breast cancer, prostate cancer, lung cancer, colon cancer. So that's where we are. Now, that kind of really brings us to the moment that I think is the centerpiece for our entire discussion. Because out of the leading causes of cancer, drum roll please, 42% of them can be prevented. And that's according to the American Cancer Society. 42% are preventable. On top of the list, smoking. Not sure what you can say or do about anyone smoking, but look at number 2, obesity. There it is. And that's the one that we're going to spend some time talking about. We're going to spend some time talking about obesity because, and this is just my personal opinion, a person needs to have their head examined, I think, if they're still smoking, because they've openly admitted that that's a known carcinogen. And again, it is the number one most preventable cause of cancer is smoking. We're going to talk about number 2. Now, the rest of those on the list also, number 2 and number 5 and number 6. Those are things too that kind of fall into our, our wheelhouse. I'm sorry, really number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. All right, so number 2, number 4, 5, and 6. So alcohol and smoking, that's more personal. But the rest of them, that falls right into our wheelhouse, because as far as UV radiation is concerned, Dr. Prasad's formula helps the body to deal with those kinds of things. Physical inactivity, we're encouraging you to get 7,000 steps in a day. We strongly encourage that. And poor diet, well, I hate to tell you this, but this is one of my expressions I use often. They've taken the food out of food. But you can put that food back in food again. And Dr. Prasad has made that possible as well. So really, number 2, Dr. Prasad. Number 4, Dr. Prasad. Number 5, that's you. And number 6, Dr. Prasad. So out of the top 6 things here, 3 of them can be addressed with just a conversation with Dr. Prasad. But let's take a minute right now, and I'm going to stop the share, and we're going to talk a little bit about this obesity situation, and then we're going to talk a little bit to Dr. Prasad. Jeff, I would really like to let's me and you have a little conversation here for a second, Jeff, if you don't mind.
Ready?
And I really want folks to see that video that you did a great job putting together. Is there any way we can talk you into sharing that with everybody?
Absolutely. You're ready to do it. And congratulations. People are sharing it because they really feel a need to reach out to others and have that open conversation. Jonathan, so many of us just shy away from saying anything, but when you're sharing numbers like you just did with us, in fact, Helen and I just barely returned home in time for this Zoom because we were at a memorial service, a celebration of life for somebody who is no longer with us, and then it the direct correlation to what you have just explained to all of us. So, yeah, in the last week that this video has been available, we've had over 1,000 views. And I'd love to share it with you, and then just post the link in the chat when we're done, so that it can be shared again with others, because there is a time element involved with some of the things that I bring up. So
Absolutely.
yeah, if
we talk about, people need to know it needs to get out there. So let's push it, Jeff, and get the word out there. And for the sake of those who are here again for the first time, Jeff Ashby is ambassador for the company Engage Global. So he's been around almost since its inception, and he's been very, very instrumental in most of us getting to know about Dr. Prasad. Him and his wife showed up in my driveway one day, and I was pretty rude. I said, "Look, you got 20 minutes, and 19 minutes, you're out the door." And because I thought I had everything that I needed, but I thank God that they persevered, pushed past that, and made it possible for me to meet Dr. Prasad and become aware of the brilliance of this man. And now Jeff is the one who's pushed it forward too, and the company listened. They listened, and now Dr. Prasad put something brand new together here. So Jeff, please, I'm going to step away here, and you please go ahead and share this with us.
Absolutely, Jonathan. And just one more note, what got Jonathan, what got him to open his ears and truly listen to us, was something that you're going to see in the video that I'm going to play. And it has to do with a patent for the treatment of diabetes. It's patent number 7605145. You can certainly look it up. I'm going to reference it in the video. But yeah, it's just here I go. It's just
Hi,
Ashby. Over the last several months, I've realized that we need hope for weight loss. In fact, 7 out of 10 Americans are either overweight or obese. So we saw it during the Super Bowl when multi-million-dollar commercials were created around drugs for weight loss, like GLP-1. In fact, those of you on social media have seen things like this before.
I haven't heard of Wegovy, Manjaro, or Ozempic, but they're super popular on TikTok and Instagram.
I lost so much weight so fast that I was like, oh my God, this is magic. This is amazing.
I'm going to start Wegovy because I am a plus size individual and I don't want to be plus size anymore and I want to be healthier.
I lost 75 pounds in 7 months, and I've had a lot of people asking me, how did I do it?
But do you know how they work?
GLP-1 is a gut hormone that you and myself produce, and it has multiple effects around the body. So it signals the pancreas to produce insulin when glucose or blood sugars are high. It sends signals to GLP receptors in certain parts of your brain, almost an appetite suppressant. It slows down the emptying of your stomach, so it makes you feel full to eat less.
The catch? You'll have to take it every week, potentially for the rest of your life. And there can be some side effects like nausea, vomiting, and headache. But it also means you won't crave things like this.
So let's take the next 10 minutes and just see what GLP-1 is. They are agonists that originally were created to manage diabetes. But really what we've come to learn is that they're just synthetics that mimic the natural hormones in the body. In fact, just like in the video, you saw that there are receptor sites in many different organ groups around the body. But the natural way is for these hormones to go in and interact with the receptor sites naturally. But when you're stuffing an entire pen, an injection of synthetics into your body, it causes issues just like this. It's like a Mack truck slamming into a brick wall, because that's the way that our body feels when these receptor sites are attacked by synthetics. In fact, people are seeing that around us, those that are on these synthetics are having some challenges. In fact, I'd like to share a heartbreaking story here with you from Avery. She's a singer and she has her own Ozempic warning to all of us.
I just left the doctor's office. I went to get a checkup because I've been off of Ozempic for 2 months now, and I just wanted to see if my body was in better condition, if there were any permanent damages. Kind of in shock right now because I wasn't expecting this, but I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss, and I didn't think that that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year. But I have significant bone loss. I have osteoporosis and osteopenia. So I don't know, there's like several of them that I have. I wasn't expecting that. But that's what happens if you use Ozempic for weight loss and you lose too much weight.
An unnatural approach is going to cause what looks just like here on my screen. There are other things that are happening. In fact, I'm going to share Dr. Bosworth with you as she talks about Ozempic.
Ozempic should not be allowed for weight loss. Mark my words. Put them in a time capsule and open it in 15 years. Ozempic has a remarkable weight loss. But what they didn't focus on is that when these people are losing weight, they are losing muscle mass at a way higher rate than they should. As you play this forward, especially in elder patients, when you lose that much muscle mass, you cannot gain it back without extreme measures. The chemistry behind how they're losing that weight is really a starvation weight loss. This is the kind of weight loss that will decrease their immune system, decrease their bone density, decrease their muscle mass, and decrease their longevity.
Wow, that's just pretty scary. Don't want to leave you there because there is hope. And what I'm going to share with you is Dr. Kedar Prasad. He holds a patent for micronutrient formulations for the treatment of diabetes mellitus. Yes, back in 2009, the government granted this to Dr. Prasad because of his approach to health, multiple micronutrients to help balance our systems, and we're seeing it here with a patent. Now, if you want to know more about Dr. Prasad, there's a 40-page science booklet called The Science Behind MicroDaily, the world's most scientifically validated micronutrient supplements. In this publication, if you go to the very end of it, as it talks about Dr. Prasad, it gives a listing of all of his published works. These are his books. These are the book covers, and you can see here many contributions to humanity through his understanding of micronutrients and the human body. In fact, it also references 10 additional patents that Dr. Prasad holds. Just get back with the person who shared this video with you and ask for your copy of The Science Behind Micro Daily. But this really set the stage for what is happening next. What I'm sharing with you is a screenshot of the evening where David Nemelka, the owner of Engage, introduced us to Dr. Prasad's son, Che, who is his apprentice. Now, Dr. Prasad Jr., or Che, is trained in the medical background. He works in a hospital setting every day as a medical pathologist, so he understands drugs. He understands the body's reactions to them. And so this father-son team has gotten together, and they've helped us understand that we really need to balance hormones. So just like Dr. Prasad Sr. talked about, we're balancing our nutrition. We are also balancing our microbiome. And now this is the final frontier of balancing hormones. So it's not just GLP-1, it's also GIP. Let's look at a diagram of the gastrointestinal tract. You can see there in green GIP, and the arrows are where GIP is created, and GLP-1 is created in two entirely separate and distinct areas. In fact, let me read this. It says GLP-1 is secreted from the endocrine L cells, mainly found in the distal ileum and colon, while GIP is released from the K cells located in the duodenum and jejunum. So these Dr. Prasad's understanding, when we balance these hormones, look at all of the organ groups that are going to benefit from the balance of these hormones, because there are receptor sites in all of these areas. So what is it we're talking about? Something really exciting. And tonight, introducing GLP-1 Boost. This is the first product where Dr. Prasad and Dr. Prasad have teamed up to give us an incredible opportunity to do this naturally. In fact, this boosts your body's own GLP-1 and GIP hormones through 9 different herbs for weight loss. In fact, it's all natural. And this is the way that we want to look as we are losing weight so that we maintain our health. Look at the difference between a natural approach and synthetic injectables. I mean, a strike difference between these two. And, you know, it all comes down to right here. It's the ingredients. If this is patent pending, there's 9 different ingredients that are listed here. I'd like you to hear from our manufacturing partner as he talks about how unique this formula is in the industry.
The second thing, other than the uniqueness of these raws, the second thing that jumped out at me was the careful, unique care that Dr. Prasad has taken in formulating this formula. It is unique to anything that I've ever seen.
So truly an all-natural approach with all-natural ingredients. So Dr. Prasad was asked this question.
There we go, Dr. Prasad. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. I want everybody to hear your answer. I wanted to look you in the face. I mean, you're turning 90, so I know you're going to be 100% authentic because you have nothing to lose at 90 other than you're going to live a lot longer. Yeah. When we talked to you, I remember you and I and Robin and Che and others have been working on this product for quite a while. And we said, Dr. Prasad, what is your level of confidence that this product will impact people and their weight in an effective way? What's your level of confidence in this product? 100%.
The holder of so many patents looks right at us and he says 100% effective. That means 7 out of 10 could benefit from the use of this product. So why are we here tonight to get together? It's this. The company is launching GLP-1 Boost. Get back with the person who shared this video with you and ask how you can participate prior to the launch, because truly hope is here. So I'm telling you, thanks for spending a few minutes here with us and getting to know a little bit more about a natural approach to weight loss. Hope really is here. Bye-bye. I hardly stand it. So excited about doing this.
And rightly so, Jeff. Rightly
Yep.
so. we can't thank you enough, for being, for putting that together for us. And I think the audience that's on here now will definitely benefit from it. Well, while I got you here, I want to pull Dr. Prasad into this discussion, and you introduced him there in that video just brilliantly, and I think everyone needs to understand that this gentleman was the professor at the University of Colorado School of Medicine for some 30 years, and was invited to be on the Nobel Peace Prize nominating committee for candidates in medicine, the world's first radiation biology PhD. And this is not just some old spring chicken that just got out of college, that's formulating these products. This is a world-renowned scientist who is
absolutely. In fact, Jonathan, he's lecturing in places like Dubai and Tokyo. And hey, what are you doing here, Dr. Prasad, on Thursday of this week?
Yeah, it is in Tokyo, meeting on Alzheimer and Core 4.
Well, Dr. Prasad, we got a couple elementary questions for you right now. It's a little fuzzy for me. I don't quite understand how it is that obesity landed number 2 on the preventable causes of cancer. Obesity. Could you try to connect the dots for us or something, or just tell us a little bit about
what obesity does, like any other, all the item that you listed that increases the risk of cancer from a smoking to diet and so on. And now you have EMF radiation, additional variable. And but all of those agents, including obesity, one common thing is that all produces oxidative stress and inflammation.
Wow.
And when that happens, what happens? Then they start changing the cellular function.
Okay.
And one of the cellular function would be mutation in the genes. So you start causing mutations. Many mutations are not harmful, so the cell ignores it. But some mutation could be dangerous. For example, if you have mutation in a oncogene, that increases the risk. If you have mutation in a tumor suppressor gene, because we also have a tumor, not only oncogene which causes cancer, but also tumor suppressor gene, which prevent the cancer formation. So when you have mutation in tumor suppressor gene, then you have increased risk of cancer. Wow. And then once the cancer initiated, so it has to hit in a right place. Third point is that some genes control cell differentiation, like, you divide, cell differentiate, and die. That's the normal pattern. But when the gene which controls the differentiation of cell get mutation, now it cannot, they can divide, but it cannot differentiate and die and become cancerous.
Wow. Wow, Dr. Prasad.
So the question is,
you're blowing our mind with this.
Oxidative stress and inflammation, that is the central issue from cancer prevention point of view, not treatment, from the prevention point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So irrespective of the agent you are talking about, it makes no difference. They all produce the same thing.
So we have cancer promoting agents in our body. We have the gene in our body. And you have told us in the past that we consume or we breathe or we're bathing in tumor initiating agents.
Yes. And a good example would be tumor initiating agent would be breast cancer, like you said, number 1. Breast cancer get initiated, but if you have not, if estrogen is there, the estrogen can enhance, act as a tumor promoter. So you see what I mean?
Yes.
But a young woman has to have estrogen for function.
That's right.
How do you reduce the risk? But antioxidant that we have, micronutrient, any kind of antioxidant,
high dose antioxidants,
they block the tumor promoting effect of estrogen.
Okay, so now you're talking about same thing with testosterone.
Yes, same thing with testosterone. Yeah.
Okay, so these hormones.
Yes.
That are common in men and women
can
promote a tumor, but also antioxidants.
Right, if they have been initiated by some other agent.
If they've been initiated.
Yeah.
So, but high dose of antioxidants can stop the marriage.
Exactly.
Okay. So I don't know, folks, that just kind of puts it in perspective that we can do something about it. And that's the reason why.
If you start earlier,
Start early.
the cell never get initiated.
That's it.
But even though his cell are initiating a stage, still in that stage, they can prevent the tumor formation. You see what I mean?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I understand it. And I think that some folks, even if they do come down with some sort of a problem, a lot of times they either haven't been taking enough antioxidants or their immune system got overwhelmed. So they had too much oxidative stress or too many things. Their immune system got overrun. They couldn't stop it.
Yeah, and again, it is not just the when you mention the diet is very important. Good diet is for prevention. Even the good diet, suppose if you take a fish, diet, during digestion process, they are formed mutagen and carcinogen. If you are vegetarian, you will form less than say if you are meat eater. But nevertheless, it forms carcinogen. And if you are not eliminated properly, then it can be stay there, absorb slowly, and can increase the risk of cancer. So it is very important to remember. Then how do you reduce the risk? For example, all of us, we like bacon and sausage and breakfast. And
yes, sir.
It has a lot of nitrite loaded, and it is very important to add nitrite. Me too. Mm-hmm. The nitrite, because it is preservative. Otherwise, if you don't have nitrite, then you might die of infection.
Right.
So nitrite is very important. But when nitrite goes to your stomach, they form a powerful cancer-causing agent called nitrosamine. But if you have, before taking the bacon or sausage, if you have orange juice or you have taken a vitamin supplement, then nitrosamine does not form.
Wow. Okay, I hope y'all heard that. As long as I take my micro daily before I have my bacon, I'm good.
I do. I myself do. And if I forget it, then I will order a glass of orange juice.
All right. So don't ask me why I'm drinking my hydro and why I'm dropping pills before I have my bacon, because I'm going to have it now. But
yeah, I mean, it's just the dietary habit. You have to change it, as you know.
It is as it is.
Those things, but nevertheless, we like it.
We're going to share a couple testimonials, Dr. Prasad.
Okay.
You've heard most of these right now, but we want.
Can I just interrupt one thing? To new information is nothing to do with the prevention, but treatment aspect. And one was in prostate cancer, from Bolivia. So today he wrote me two good news. One was 75-year-old person has a prostate cancer, and he took micro daily, nothing else, just hydro, 3 or 4 twice a day, and probiotics, nothing else. And in a 3 months time, cancer was totally gone.
Wow.
Totally gone, 100%.
And where is the gentleman?
In Bolivia.
In Bolivia.
Ed,
yes.
Ed, he always comes in meeting Ed. He's in Bolivia, and he has done a remarkable job. And another case was brain cancer, because I was thinking that brain cancer, it is difficult to penetrate sufficient amount.
Yes.
But he was getting the same thing, 4 hydro in the morning, 4 in the evening, and tumor disappeared. No tumor.
Wow.
So that's amazing. I mean, if you look at it, but anyway, that's a cancer treatment. I don't want to divert your attention from prevention point of view, but we news that I did not expect, at least with brain cancer, I did not expect it.
I know. See, it's hard for us to illustrate prevention. So I think what you said already tells the story about prevention. People who are here right now need to understand, not only is this powerful with respect to prevention, they have something they can do if they come down with it, if they have the problem, if the boogeyman.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, how so many people are dying, 650,000 people every year, 1,700 every day.
1,700 people yesterday. I mean, come on.
And it is simple. I mean, all the cancer cells, no matter what is a breast cancer cell or prostate cancer cell or melanoma, the high-dose antioxidant do not differentiate it.
That's right.
Because all tumor cells require 2 nutrients for survival: glucose and glutamine, and high-dose antioxidants block it. And the reason you use the multiple antioxidant rather than a single, because different antioxidants, some blocks just glucose uptake, some blocks just the glutamine uptake.
Right.
So it will make a sense that you have to have a multiple, at least those things which have been demonstrated to block the uptake and glucose metabolism so that you have a maximal effect.
Yep.
I have not heard any story where they have tried it and didn't work at all.
Yep. No, I haven't. I have not either, sir. And I think that's what we want to show just a couple. And these are pictures so people can understand that this really happened. This is not AI generated. And if you are on this this meeting right now and you do not want to see an open wound, please just turn your screen away. And because we're about to show you some open wound flesh. So if you don't want to see it, now is the time to look away. And understand something, that when you hear testimonials, they're purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. So we're not making any claims that Micro Daily or any of Engage Global products will treat or cure any disease state. But we're showing you real stories that happen to real people. This gentleman's name is Rick. He was diagnosed on August of 2023. And that's the picture you see on the left. Basal cell carcinoma. If Beth is in the meeting now, she took this picture herself on the left. And then on the right, November of 2023. November. So August, September, October, November. If you count all 4 months, if you count all the months, that's 4 months. And that's the picture of that gentleman on the right. So he was treated with radiation, and he's happy that somebody told him about Dr. Prasad's formulas. This woman is down in Ecuador. She's down in Ecuador, and as you can see, this is her actual medical diagnosis right there. You don't have to be a linguist to see the word melanoma there. And melanoma just means cancer, right, Dr. Prasad?
Yeah, of course. Terrible, worst cancer you can think of.
That's one of the worst. Okay. So you all heard it from Professor Prasad himself. It's one of the worst. That's what this woman's diagnosis is. And it's on the bottom of her foot. And there it is. Very painful. She did a lot of volunteer working where she had to walk around. In Ecuador, everything is up and down mountains and hills. And so this was bringing her volunteer activity to a halt because she could not continue to walk. And the doctors recommended that it just simply be amputated. So the family contacted one of our representatives down there and asked, did they think that Dr. Prasad's formulas would help? And all he said to them was, it can't hurt. They decided to go and pick it up. April of 2024 is the diagnosis. That's this picture we're looking at right now. And the next picture that was taken, let's go back again. That was on April the 18th, specifically. April the 18th around 2 o'clock. That's when they got the products and started taking the products. This picture was taken April 22nd, 2024. That's 4 days later. Now, Dr. Prasad, I don't have a medical eye. I've seen a lot of this kind of stuff before. Does this look like improvement to you?
Of course. Of course. And only 4 days. That's what surprised me.
4 days later, it's starting to dry up. So that's an indication that it's not expanding, it's starting to heal.
Yeah.
Something is happening. And then take a look at this next picture, Dr. Prasad. This is mind-boggling. This is April 28th. 4 more days. No, 6 days later, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah. That's
now,
amazing.
You don't even have to be a doctor to realize that that right there is better than what we saw on the 18th.
Right.
And now, just a few days after that, 4 days later, you can't even tell that they were ready to cut this woman's foot off.
Within a month? Within a month?
That's 4 weeks. No, 3 weeks, Dr. Prasad, from the 22nd to May the 2nd. So yeah. That's like 12 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody will believe it, you know?
No. April 18th, May the 1st, that's the difference.
Yeah. And he didn't get any kind of other treatment, just that's our
no,
antioxidant.
Dr. Prasad, she just didn't want to have her foot cut off. So she was trying anything to not have her foot cut off because that was what the recommendation was, amputate.
Yeah.
So, and she chose not to, and she did no other treatment.
Yeah.
Except high dose antioxidant, which basically is what's in your formula.
Yeah.
And this woman right here, very similar, except that she took 8 rounds of chemo and 33 rounds of radiation. And when she tells her story, she describes how she did not have all the side effects of the treatment. So,
Wow.
but these cases, Dr. Prasad, tell the story. This is why we are pushing hard to get the word out to people. And I want to reiterate to folks what Dr. Prasad just a moment ago. And this is your statement, Dr. Prasad. This is your hypothesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So cancer cells require, as he said, glucose and glutamine in order to survive. High dose antioxidant cuts that off.
Yep.
And the cells simply cannot continue to go on.
So it makes no difference what kind of cancer you have.
No difference what kind of cancer.
No. Whether you are tumor sensitive or treatment sensitive or treatment resistant, it makes no difference.
So even a person who right now is not responding to chemotherapy, they're
Right.
unresponsive, they can add this to their protocol.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And we always recommend for cancer if they can take a hydro, because that is quickly absorbed uniformly and so on. And so, but if they take a capsule, then I recommend the content should be mixed with the yogurt and then take it.
Open the capsule, but we definitely want folks to understand something. We're talking about taking high doses of this. You can't just go with what's on the label. So
low dose actually is a reverse effect. Low dose can block the beneficial effect of chemo and radiation, and low dose sometimes by itself can stimulate the growth of some cancer.
Right. So we don't want to do that. We want to go high dose.
Yes.
So high dose is the way to go. So folks, that's 3 times the normal amount. And instead of taking it twice a day, take it 3 times a day.
Yeah.
So 3 times the normal amount taken 3 times a day instead of twice a day. That's the highest therapeutic levels that a person.
Yes, so total becomes 27 capsule a day, or 3 hydro, 9 hydro a day.
Right. There we go. There we go. And along with that, of course, Dr. Prasad, you just mentioned.
Probiotic is also a must.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just mentioned that the intestinal dysbiosis is an important component to get back into going in the right direction. Chemo can damage the gut microbiome and radiation, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So
they
this was
interfere with their effectiveness of chemo and radiation. So you have to have good intestinal health.
Very important. Okay. Then we have the omega-3, also very important. And Dr. Prasad has definitely made it clear to us that we do not want to take the collagen daily if you are actively fighting cancer. So if you have cancer, put this in the freezer. You can buy the Core 4, but just keep this one in the freezer, leave it there for later. Once you're finished, once the doctor has said that you're cancer free, then you can start back on the collagen. Yeah. So just keep that on the side. Do not take it while you're actively being treated for cancer. So here we are. And for those who are looking to just for prevention, because we are in Cancer Prevention Month, this is your ticket. This is your ticket right here.
Prevention is perfect, all 4.
Yeah. This is your ticket. And I recommend that you add 1 more bottle of Micro Daily if you're over 40. You know, if you're in the 40-50 category, you don't want to take the same amount that a healthy 20-year-old would be taking. So add an extra bottle of at least the original. So you're taking a little bit more to increase your chances of prevention being effective. And Dr. Prasad,
digestive boost is very, very important for intestinal health.
There we
Not
go.
only for probiotics, but for at least older people, the digestive boost is as important.
Very good, very good. And the brain boost for?
Of course, for brain, if you have some brain fog or brain problem and we are concerned about the brain later on developing brain problems, then brain boost is very important.
Well, I think we're all worried about brain problems. I take 2 of these things twice a day.
Or in the 80s or 90s like me. Mine is in 90s, not 80s.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking 2 of these twice a day.
Too late, then you have to start while you are 50.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not playing around with it. I'm
That's
60.
correct.
I'll be 63 in a couple of months. So I'm taking 2 of these twice a day. And boy, oh boy, it lights my brain up and keeps me functioning. So sleep boost is great for it.
Yes, sleep I take every day myself.
Yep. And then we have the CBD boost for anxiety and pain
Anxiety, depressions.
and depression. Yes,
Yeah.
very good. And I don't have a picture of the heart boost, but the heart boost is also extremely good.
Important
So-
because heart boost is the only formula which has a agent that can improve the nitric oxide, which increases the blood flow.
Oh, there we go. All right, that's the heart boost, folks. And
Yeah.
understand something, folks. Look, this is what Engage Global has done. The retail cost of these 4 items would be $310, $311, as you can see. But they've subsidized. Even if you get it wholesale at the price that I would be paying for it, that would be about $240 or so. But you can purchase it from Engage Global if you get a subscription for less than $200.
Yep.
So that's the way to go. So get back with the person who invited you to this discussion, and all of the boost items that you just saw. If you add any one of those on, you get an extra $10 discount on that boost item.
Right.
If you add another one on, you get $15 off that second one. And if you add another one on, you get $20 off that third one and any after that. So you get another $20 off each one of them. So the more that you get on, the more discounts that the company passes on to you, because they really want to help us to find ways to live healthier and to put ourselves in a position to prevent this dreaded condition, landing on us. So just talk to the person who invited you to this discussion, and they will help you figure out which bundle is the best for you. We just spent a whole lot of time talking about it today because we put the teaser in there, but you nailed it, Dr. Prasad, in helping us to understand how obesity is connected to cancer. Yeah. So that's a motivator for anybody who's got the issue. If you got anybody who's got a little bit of chubbiness to them, elevated BMI, anybody who wants to lose a little bit of weight, we all have a little bit of visceral fat. We got to be on that call on the 26th. We got to be there, especially if we want to do what we can do toward making sure that we're not getting this cancer, that we got the point of this National Cancer Prevention Month. So we're looking forward to that, Dr. Prasad. We can't say thank you enough for that. Now, I think we may have time for maybe 1 or 2 questions
Sure.
as we just come to start to wrapping up our discussion here. So if someone's got a question about what we discussed today, and but Alfreda, did you want to give us a little bit of information about how you feel about Dr. Prasad's formula with regard to prevention of cancer?
Yes, I am so looking forward to the product for a number of reasons, because not only because I still have about 5 pounds I want to lose, but more so because of the balancing of the hormones and all the other systems in our body that it helps. I just think that's going, because my body is really out of balance right now, and I have not 1 but 3 autoimmune illnesses going on right now, and so I'm hoping that will help me to not have to go on this really strong drug. So,
but what did your doctor tell you, though, as far as cancer prevention is concerned?
Well, one thing that I have realized is, you mean with the GLP boost?
No, Dr. Prasad's formula. This is
Okay.
National Cancer Prevention Month, and
Okay.
and your doctor seemed to be a little bit, taken aback.
Yeah,
that you don't have it.
Well, I'll just say they diagnosed me with lupus, but the thing is that the hematologist, he out of his mouth, he says, you are not lacking in any nutrients. And he told me that I should be catching everything under the sun, and in and out of the hospital weekly, on top of I should have cancer. Okay, so what I say to him is, I said, well, I take a patented micronutrient. And he says, that's not it. But how does he think I got, if you're telling me my body is lacking no nutrients, where the heck do you think I got them from? They didn't just drop out the sky. I put them in my mouth. And interestingly, when I went to the rheumatologist, he checked me from head to toe, and he said that you have no outward signs of lupus. The only way they can tell is from my blood tests. And so he checked my scalp, he checked all of my skin down to my feet. I have no inflammation. And he says, you look great. It's just your blood tests that are showing this. So I said the same thing to him just to see what he would say. So I said, well, I take a patented micronutrient that I believe has helped me. And he said the same thing. You should be sick in and out of the hospital every week, and also with probably cancer. So I told him that. He said, what's in that stuff? I need to, he wanted to know what was in there. So I had to have Jonathan shoot it over to me because I couldn't get to it fast enough for him. He was looking puzzled and shocked with disbelief that this micronutrient formula is protecting me like it is, because my kidneys are fine. Let's see, some other things. A lot of the tests that they have done, I don't have any organ damage or anything like that so far. So my prayer, and you can do some research on me, I'll give you all the information. Let's do it together, is that this GLP-1 boost is going to get my system back in order from attacking me.
Well,
so that's what I'm hoping.
Well, Alfreda, I think that if nothing else, because it's very difficult for us to illustrate how Dr. Prasad's formulas prevent cancer.
She will be a good experimental.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Her case is one of those ones where these doctors are surprised that she does not have cancer. So she's fighting all kinds of things, but that's another motivator to make sure she stays on the higher doses of the product, and that's what she's doing right now.
Can I say one more thing, though, because they neglected to tell me my white blood cell count has been 2.0 since last March. I didn't find out until December. And then in December, because I did a CAT scan for testing, it dropped to 1.7. And that's why they're saying I should have all types of illnesses. I should be catching everything under the sun. But little did I know how much Microdaily was protecting me from what I didn't know, because I didn't know for 9 months what my status was. And so I am really thankful to you for this product, because I would have no quality of life right now, I believe, if I hadn't been taking it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dr. Prasad, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Alfreda, for sharing your story. And that takes a great deal of courage to step up and express it all. But she credits her quality of life, Dr. Prasad, to your formulas. And we are grateful that all of us credit our quality of life to your formulas. I can tell you that personally.
One of the main purpose to improve the quality of life while you are easy.
Yes, sir. Mission accomplished.